tolerance this week. Story today is Jackie Robinson. Probably never heard of Jackie Robinson, but if you go to any Major League Baseball park, any of them, you'll see the numbers that have been retired on the field and around the stadium. And it'll be number 3 at the Yankee Stadium for Babe Ruth, and 24 in San Francisco for Willie Mays. And you'll have all these different Cleveland Stadium and Tiger Stadium and Texas Stadium. Every one of them's got different numbers. And they all have one number. Number 42. And on April the 15th, every year in Major League Baseball, every player on both teams wears number 42. That was Jackie Robinson's number. You see, until April the 15th, 1947, the major leagues did not allow a player of color, a black man, to play Major League Baseball. Now, Branch Rickey of the Brooklyn Dodgers decided he was going to integrate Major League Baseball. And so he searched high and low to find the perfect person to do this. What do you think the number one quality he had to find? Now, he had to find somebody good enough. He had to find somebody with enough skills that he could be accepted by his teammates and by his opponents for his skill level. But what do you think the number one thing he looked for was? Tolerance. He could put up with all the verbal abuse. He could put up with the death threats. He could put up with when the team went to a hotel, he had to go to another hotel. When the team went in and ate at a restaurant, he had to eat at another restaurant because they didn't allow blacks. And he had to find someone. So the number one thing he looked for was the education. Because what did Helen Keller say the highest result of education is? Tolerance. The man he picked was a college graduate. And Mr. Rickey explained to Jackie Robinson that he really wasn't playing for himself. He was playing for the entire black race. Because if he did well, then the rest of the teams would integrate and all of his people would be a part of Major League Baseball. Jackie Robinson put up with it all. Now, until this time, until he accepted this challenge, he had been very vocal in his belief in racial equality. But he let it take a back seat. He invited the tolerance so that he could improve the situation in Major League Baseball. So when you see on April 15th, every year, number 42, you do realize what a great man Jackie Robinson was, and the basis for it was his education and his tolerance. He was not the best baseball player picked. Branch Rickey, look, they scouted the Negro leagues for several years, and his scouts told him he's not the best player, but he is the highest educated, most tolerant. And that's why 1948, There were several black players in Major League Baseball. Today, unlimited. Nobody cares what color you are. If you can hit the ball and play the game, pitch, it doesn't matter if you're Hispanic, it doesn't matter if you're black. What's the greatest thing about sports? Everything today is based on performance. That's what the real world should be. Everything should be based on performance, not color, not religion, not socioeconomic status, none of that. That's why athletics and the real world should be like athletics. Everybody in baseball owes a debt of credit to Jackie Robinson. Can you be a Jackie Robinson? Can you be tolerant when somebody says something to you that is not necessarily complimentary? Can you be tolerant? You can if you understand that it's not just you, it's about your entire family, your race. Everybody's going to judge your race, your family, your religion based on how you act. And the more tolerant you are, the better you that you will be.